Hey YouTube! So here I am with my review of The Last of Us. I beat this game last week, so now here's my review of it. So short review first. If you don't want to hear an in-depth review, I thought this game was very good. Like this game has already won like awards. Like it's being called Game of the Year, and it's like a lot of people are praising it. And I agree. I thought this game was very good. I mean, like the only other nominee that I heard was gonna be Game of the Year was BioShock. I thought this game was better than BioShock. So that's my in-depth, that's my short review. It's a very good game, and I think it should win a Game of the Year. Now, going more in depth, um, this game has been called a masterpiece. So I was a little cautious at first. Like when you name something a masterpiece, I mean that's like saying this game is perfect. There's like little to no flaws, and that anything you find is going to be like nitpicky. And I just I love this game, but there are some cons in this that I just feel like can't be ignored, no matter how much you like this game. And I love this game, but there's just some things that like I just can't overlook. So before getting into cons, I'm gonna start with the pros. Pros are I'm gonna start with the most least impressive praise first. The game is in black and white. Like nowadays, games aren't black and white. I mean, not black and white in color. I mean, black and white is in morals. Like this isn't your typical good guy versus bad guy, and bad guy has to lose and all that. This game, just it doesn't feel like there's a good guy or bad guy in it. Like even the characters you play as, like Joel and Ellie, they're the good guys, but they're also bad people. I mean, it's already established in the beginning that Joel is a very bad person. I mean, he admits in the game that he's like ambushed innocent people and he's killed innocent people, and that he doesn't care about human life. I mean, this is a guy that just doesn't give a fuck, basically. And he makes him a badass, but he also makes him a very unsympathetic character. So it's kind of weird. I mean, like games usually let you play someone that you would like, so you could quickly grow attached to it, because you want your character to survive. And if you're playing as someone you hate, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of playing the game, because you don't want your character to survive. This game took a risk with that, because Joel is likable at some parts, and he's also despicable in like other parts of the game. And it doesn't make you want to stop playing. It actually makes you want to keep playing, because it's actually interesting what kind of person he is. He's such a deeply like complicated human being that even though you might hate him at certain parts, it you still want to play. So I think Naughty Dog did a really good job in that. Also, Ellie. I mean, Ellie's more of a good person than Joel is, but there are parts in this game where Ellie does like demonstrate that she can be as ruthless as Joel, and I don't know. It's just I like the fact that there's no black and white in this game. Like anyone, it's like everyone for themselves. For themselves in this game. Um, Other praise. The game looks amazing. I mean, it's not really something I'm an expert in, but I thought the game looks amazing. Like, especially whenever it's a city level and you're just like, you turn the camera around, you see the city ruins. Like, you feel like you can just explore the city. That's how good this game looks. It's not GTA though. Like, you can't explore every part of the city. It's linear, so you gotta follow a path. But regardless, the game looks amazing. Um, Acting is very good. Um, I thought that everyone did very well in this movie. They made every character either likable or memorable. I mean, I I say memorable because there are some bad characters that you necessarily don't like, but they're still memorable because the actors are very good in this game. Special praise goes to, of course, Troy Baker and what's her name, Ashley Johnson for Joel and Ellie, but also to Nolan North, who played David, who is Poss No, not even possibly. He's the only boss in this game. And it's so weird seeing Nolan North in this role because everyone recognizes him as Nathan Drake from Uncharted. I haven't played Uncharted actually. I've seen gameplay, but honestly, I recognize Nolan North as the Prince from Prince of Persia. So hearing him in this game um playing like a rapist cannibal, uh, it's very weird, but it's also very interesting because I mean he's so unlike himself that like he throws himself into this role that it's like he made David one of the most like memorable characters in this game. Like whenever I think back on this game, I think of this character. It's just Nolan North gets all the praise for his voice work. And everyone else did pretty good. I mean, just like the voice work in this game in general is very good. Um, Last praise I can give is story. This one is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, like the story in this game is very good. I mean, like the story is split into seasons, and each season it represents like a different arc. Like summer is kind of like Joel and Ellie bonding. Fall is kind of like literally like them falling out, like their relationship getting rocky. Winter is like the testing the relationship, seeing if it could like stay strong despite all these circumstances. And spring is kind of just like the tie all, like it ties everything and it's the resolution. And it actually works. I mean, like I mean, there's some parts and like like two of the seasons are actually kind of short, but I feel like cutting the story up into seasons actually did the game actually worked for the game. Like I feel like having the game in arcs instead of just like one long continuous arc game like games like Resident Evil, it made the game feel it made the games like okay. It made the pacing better, basically. That's what I'm saying. I like the fact that they cut the story into arcs. So but besides the arc, I mean, the story is very well written. It feels more like you're playing a movie. I mean, I hate the fact that you aren't allowed to make choices in this game, but I like the story they told anyways. Like it feels like I was playing a movie. So without it, actually being like a movie like Heavy Rain. So, anyways, uh, I could go on forever about the story, but I'm gonna stop on the story. I mean, the story is good. That's all you need to know. The story is very good. Now going to cons, some of them are nitpicky. Like some of the cons I had here are actually I have my notes here. The inventory system can be irritating. I mean, it's realistic because like you have to hide during a fight so you can do whatever you can with your inventory, but it can be irritating. Okay, like I mean, realistic is one thing, irritating is another. Also, the gameplay can be kind of clunky at times because like there are times in this game where you're just you're trying to be stealthy, but then you do something stupid, and then everything goes after you. But then you realize that the game actually glitched. Maybe it's just a problem for me, but I had problems with the game glitching sometimes. Like, okay, maybe that's just a me problem, so you don't have to listen to that. Though my more legit complaints though was the game throws a lot of stuff in the beginning. Like it doesn't. I mean, the thing about telling a story is you have to start slow. Like you can't have characters that know everything and don't ask questions. I mean, like I think that's the main problem with the opening because Joel already knows everything that's being told to him, and so in the beginning it's like, who are the Fireflies? Oh, Joel knows, but he's not going to tell us because he already knows. And then like they talk about Robert, but you don't really know who Robert is. They talk about Marlene, but you don't really know who Marlene is. You just know she's the leader of the Fireflies, but you don't really know anything about her because no one asked questions. And I thought that was just like, oh, writing oversight. Like it was really bothersome in the opening. But later on in the game, they do fix that. I mean, like later on, since you're walking into the unknown, now Joel starts asking questions. So middle's fine. The intro was just clunky, and also the story dragged in the beginning. And I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but I actually didn't like the character Tess. I think everything after Tess, I think the story that they were telling after Tess's arc was like amazing. But Te- Tess's arc really irritated me because that was when you first had Ellie, and you just wanted them to like bond. Like this is what the game is. It's Joel and Ellie bonding. And the problem with having Tess in the beginning is that the game didn't give you enough time to just like let you play as Joel with Ellie alone. I mean, you get partners later on, but Tess just felt like she was like the third wheel. It was just very irritating dragging her along in the first part of the story. But other than that, I mean, most of those were just nitpicks, but like I disagree with the claim that this game is a masterpiece. It's a very, very good game, but it has problems, okay? And I'm maybe it's still a masterpiece to some people, okay? If you still consider this game a masterpiece, I'm not gonna argue with you. I mean, like masterpieces can have like flaws. I feel like this game is really good. I just don't feel like it's I don't feel like it has amazed me. Like it's very good to me, but it's not something that I'm going I'm not going to consider a masterpiece. Okay, that sounded kind of negative. I'm going to end on a more positive note. This game is really good. I suggest everyone buy it. No matter what anyone says about this game, I try it before you make an opinion on it because it is something you should not. This is a game you should not miss out on. Okay? Okay.